Welcome back to my third video of Dragonbane Lark's Prophet solo adventures. My cat might join us. My cat Wellington. He's joining me right now. Come on. You can make a guest appearance. He's not. He just likes to be on my lap. I am going to try to keep this session a little shorter than others, maybe an hour, hour and a half, and see how far we get. Yeah, I'm not going to get worried about wrapped up in my cords. Wellington. Sorry, my big screen is off to the side here, per protocol, just so that I'm casting and you get the solo rules up here as well. Oop. Cats. So last time, our character Lark, he went into the Deepfall Breach. Oh, speaking of which, I haven't uploaded it yet. 1 second. Speaking of which, I have drawn my interpretation of Deepfall Breach. Let's take a look. Oh, that's really zoomed in. This is one of my maps. I put Lark's post here, assuming that he's going to survive and maybe have his own place in Deepfall Breach. I made up Deepfall Keep. I used like symbols rather than actual interpretations of these places. So Nameless Chapel, I put the eye for Stone Gaze, the Wolfkin who stays there, and then here's like that chasm, and maybe there's a cave here, and I like the idea of little fires just flickering in this in these canyons, sort of surreal and weird. Yeah. So if you don't know me, housekeeping things, I am Nors. You can find me on coffee.com. I make these maps. You can buy them as a PDF/JPEG, high quality, for $2 a pop. I also write TTRPG supplements. I am a pro GM on Start Playing. I play Isle of Ix right now, which is a really rules light OSR game. It's so fun. It's so fun. Yeah, we're gonna get into this. So last time, Lark went down to the Deepfall Breach. He met, well, long story short, went down into these series of tunnels. He met very briefly a halfling who was trying to escape the tunnels, and then she ran off, but he had told her to go the wrong way. And so when he got in trouble, I rolled some dice to see if she'd come back, and she did. His quest was to give this little demon bird back that was in like a cage, and he was attacked by a giant spider, but he was able to survive and hurt it enough, and then one big mama bird, the demon mama bird, came back. It killed the spider and took its baby back and flew off. The only problem is that Lark forgot Stonegaze's banner, which was really important to Stonegaze, down in the breach. So that might be room for more adventuring. But as of right now, Lark and the halfling mage, her name is Yirda, yeah, have gone back to the chapel to rest up, and grab a different map up here. All these are all my homemade maps. Look at this one. I've apportioned this one out into different sections. We're like around here somewhere, near Herd Home. So let's see. I just had to bring something else up. We will be using some of these. This is a bit of the solo rules for Old School Essentials. I just like these tables a lot. They're my favorite for adventuring outside of Deepfall Breach, because the rules in Dragonbane, the solo rules, don't really address going outside of Deepfall Breach a lot. It's maybe a little bit. But so here we go. Lark is injured. Let me see, what's his, where are we at in terms of his HP and everything? Don't think it's great. Oh, I put it back up. Okay, so we've gone back up to the chapel. Yurda is so thrilled. Stone Gaze is not, because we left his banner behind. He's like, you know, you're gonna have to go get that. That is a priceless artifact of my life. Lark is like, I'm sorry. But I did get some armor last time. But I think in order to buy things, I need to go to town. So we're gonna say that we're in here right now. Somewhere in there is where Deepfall Breach is, and we need to get to Herd Home, which is there. Oh shoot, there we go. So let's see. We need to travel. Lark goes, look, Stone Gaze, I know I need to go find your banner, and I'm really sorry. But I need to go get supplies before I can head back down there, and I promise that I will. Do you like? I'll be back, and maybe we can convince Yurda to do it as well, and I'll bring help. And Stone Gaze looks at him and is like, I've had many promises by many people, and they usually don't come back. How can I show you that isn't going to be the case here? Stone Gaze looks at Lark. Stone Gaze is a wolfkin who's scarred up but has these milked over eyes, who can sort of see into the breach through magical insights. I imagine them being like sort of dusky, like completely white fur, but with like gray, like flecked in, so it's not completely white. And sort of like maybe have a scar on their muzzle. Let's see, what does? Oh, I wonder what my memento is. This might be the thing where my memento comes in. My mother's old harmonica. Oh yeah. Stone Gaze. If you have something of great worth to you, I would like to hold on to it. You lost something of mine, and if you give me something of yours, then we'd be even, at least until you come back and reclaim what is yours, and so doing, reclaim what is mine. Lark shifts and he goes, and I feel like Stone Gaze like locks him with this stare, like this creepy stare, and says, It's the right thing to do. Stonegaze has not always stood vigil over Deepfall. Once he was Inglethor, a tenacious hunter of demons whose great mace Fiendbreaker felled scores of lesser demons. Inglethor's unending crusade brought him to the Misty Vale. I'm not playing in the Misty Vale, I'm playing in my own world of Agaroth, where he resides within melee. Yeah, cool. Eagle Eye veteran, cool. He says, give me something of value, or act as the coward that you seem to be and leave forever, or return for what is precious to you. And Lark will pull out his harmonica, his mother's old harmonica, and he'll blow a note, and slowly hand it out. And over, Stonegaze reaches out a clawed hand and long clawed fingers and grab it. I'm just gonna put Stonegaze now. And Stonegaze says, "You want this back? You'll come back. You'll find my banner, and then we'll be even." Oh, okay. I think I could do that. So, that's that. I feel like Lark goes to Yurda, who is like recuperating in the Nameless Chapel. Bring back the default breach map real quick. There we go. This is where we're at. He goes to her. The chapel is like this sort of ruined stone structure. I imagine it's got like a couple different rooms and stuff, but it's quite small. Like maybe the bell tower is like caved in, things like that. And Lark finds Yurda, the halfling mage, who wears these robes that are like have like magical thread woven into or like embroidered. Sorry, my cat. Embroidered onto the into it with like these magic runes that sort of like flicker energy. And Lark goes, "Hey, Yurda, you saved my life back there." Yurda has like a mop of brown hair and hazel eyes. She smiles and she goes, "You saved my life as well." Lark says, "I'm headed out of here. I'm going home." Excuse me. Going home. To her home? I know it's not an easy journey from here. If you want to come with me, I could use your help and get you back somewhere safe. She looks at him and nods, says, "All I want to do is get out of here. I went down there, Stonegaze." She looks at the floor and sort of frowns, and she goes, "I can't help but feel like he tricked me. Like he wasn't truthful about what was waiting for us, or waiting for me down there. He made it sound like I'd be able to handle it. Or that, I don't know. Maybe I'm just naive. Maybe I thought I could handle it. But once I got down there, it was just painfully clear that I couldn't. If you hadn't come along, I would have died." Lark says, "I think if we hadn't found each other, we both would have died." Even though they have really just barely met each other, I think Lark, as a human, he crouches down and Yurda comes over and they hug. like there's some bonds that, you know, death, like saving each other from death is extremely bonds people, is what I've heard. I've never had that situation happen. And they sort of have this like deep embrace. And then Lark pulls up his pack, puts it on, goes, I am going to be coming back here, but I won't ask you to come with me when that time comes. Do you want to come with me to her home? Yurda nods, and they set out. Alright. Oh, I could use the journey rolls here. So I have the core rulebook open on this other page. You know what? I could actually bring that over here so we can all be on the same page, literally. There we go. I think I can zoom in a little bit. Yeah, that's perfect. Okay. So let's see. Journeys 101. Travel map, Pathfinder. Okay, so this is for the different roles. Terrain. The player must appoint a Pathfinder who leads the way for the group. The person must make a bushcraft roll or every shift to find their way. If the Pathfinder has no map, their roll gets a bane, a spyglass gives a boon. On a failure, the group suffers a mishap. Roll on the page 102. Ah, cool, mishaps. Well, that's handy. Alright. Well, let's see. What's my bushcraft? I'm curious. Might be really bad. Ordering, beast lore, bluffing. Oh, bushcraft. It's not bad. Okay. Since I know the way, I think, I know I came here as, oops, come on, where's the maps at? There we go. I came here with knowledge of where I was going and whatnot, or Lark did anyway. So I think we'll say he just makes a normal roll for pathfinding. On a failure, the group suffers a mishap roll on the table. Okay, so I just need to succeed on this. We'll say it takes how much is it called? A shift? Pathfinder leads the way. The person must make a bushcraft roll every shift. Well, it will say it takes 2 shifts, so like a full, 8 hours. Wait, 12 hours? Yeah, oh, it's like a 12-hour thing. So there's 4 shifts in one day. There's morning, afternoon, evening, and night, or something similar to that. So maybe it just takes 1 shift. It takes 1 shift. I just need to do this once. I failed. This is a roll under system. Dragonbane is, so I needed to roll under this. I could push my roll. Which means take a... Yeah, I think I will. Okay, I'm going to push my roll and take a... Nah, it's more fun if I don't, I think. So let's see what these mishaps are. A d12 for the mishap. So we set out down from the mountains. What do we see? Let's see. Let's use this sorcery to sort social. Nope. Wilderness and place. Let's do a couple of those. So let's roll 2d20 real quick to just see what we see as we're traveling. 8. Wilderness. Wasteland. Oh yeah, that works really well. Like this wasteland of the Deep Fall Breach. It's sort of like this craggy, like there's places where there's like fires just flaming out of the ground because of the demons that lurk there. And 3, dungeon. We look far off to see if, and we see like the ruins of something that maybe has like a dungeon in it. These are not places we're exploring at the moment, but maybe we will, or maybe this leads us to our mishap, right? So I would say we're going, but maybe we're not taking right. Lark sort of has this idea that since they're out of Deepfall Breach, maybe there's not as much danger as as he would have thought, or he's sort of been forgetful, as has Yurda. Let's see. Do I have a tent? Oh, I do have a pony, or a donkey. Sleeping pelt, flint, rope, donkey, Billy. Oh yeah, the Wolfkin. I'm just gonna put a little note here that it's lost. 2 days rations. Okay, sleeping put. Yeah, I don't have a like that. So when making camp, I'm gonna say, yeah, okay. So that our mishap is that we Lark and Yurda, they spend well, it only takes 1 thing. So they stop to rest. That's it. They stop to rest in near these ruins, and where this dungeon is. And as they're sort of bantering and enjoying themselves, common animals, monster attacks. Oh, this is right. They are set upon. Let's see. I know that probably not by a demon. That would be pretty rough. Oh yeah. 1 sec. I have some notes that I took for random encounters in my world of Agraroth. All right. If you're wondering at these like little breaks, I don't record this, or I don't put this live. I use the little capture program to capture all this so that I can pause it here and there in order to be able to like look up rules and stuff like that, because that's a thing in solo RPGs. But let's see here. I am in Southern Fishman. All right, so I've written down some notes for. I'm gonna type these up, but for random encounters in the Southern Fistmucks, which is right here. Clear this, and I need to roll a D4. No, D12. Here we go, and see what I get. 4 goblins. All right, let's find the goblin giant. Here we go. These goblins. Let's check these out. Oh, here comes my cat. There we go. All right, it's Goblin Scout, Griffin. Is that it? Oh, Goblin Scout and Goblin Warrior. Those are them. All right. I think Goblin works good. Let's see. I'm thinking about like motivation. Is there a motivation table? I don't think there is. Dragons and demons. Oh yeah. Inspiration table. Oh, okay, here we go. Reaction. Oh, that's exactly what I was looking for. Alright, so what's going on with these goblins? And how many are there? I think that's something like, let's just roll a d20 and we'll say d20 times 2 for like the whole clan, but whether we actually encounter all of them, probably not, because we're outside and maybe they attack us, maybe they don't. Actually, let's do d12 times 2. Alright, so 4 goblins. Those are the ones we'll actually encounter. We don't know how many there are in this dungeon, but let's go reaction, d6, 3, wary. Okay, and inspiration table, or maybe I want to use this monster. They're wary. Oh, talk. Social talk. Maybe that's the thing to do. A couple of those. But they are wary. Why would they be wary? I think action and thing would actually be handy here. So if I go d20 on that and then d20 on that. Okay, so and 2 d20s, action and thing. 1, 2. So action first. 15. Search. Thing 14 for person. Oh, interesting. Well, that would explain why they came out of their little dungeon. Maybe these goblins live in this dungeon, right? In these ruins. I imagine that dungeon can be ruins, it could be a cave, it could be anything. It doesn't have to be a literal dungeon, it just needs to be something that could be delved. Alright, so maybe halfway through the day, it is like maybe 1 o'clock in the afternoon, the sun is high, and Lark and Yurda take a break to sit along these rocks near the stream that comes down from the Fistmuck mountain range, the southern Fistmucks, and as they're sitting, I think this would be a scout situation where, yeah, so these creatures would be scouting about looking for something or someone, because it was search for person, wasn't it? So let's see. Movement, damage bonus, evade, sneaking. Okay, they're pretty sneaky. So let's see if they can sneak past us. Then we won't even encounter them because they don't want to be seen. Okay, they fail. So as Lark and Yurda are sitting there, they're eating some of the rations, which means I need to get rid of some of my rations here in my inventory. So I'm down to 1 day rations, we'll say, which is fine because I'm going to go to town and buy stuff anyway. I know. It says indirect sunlight, goblins get a bane on all rolls and suffer d6 damage per stretch. A thick layer of clouds or full cover clothing are enough to avoid the effect. Goblins are children of the night and shadow. They are relatively small and skinny, but have disproportionately long arms and big, bulbous heads. They primarily make their living hunting, growing mushrooms, and trading with other creatures, mainly orcs and humans, but there are also warlike, aggressive clans specialized in looting and piracy. Many thieves' guilds also have a large goblin membership. They are cunning creatures who often resort to traps, ambushes, and poisons when attacking their victims. For this reason, there are many who despise the goblins and see them as devious, dishonorable cowards. As Lark and Yurda are sitting here, I think maybe they hear like the crumble of rock, like rock slipping down, like someone's bumped something. They look around and they see some movement not far away. Lark goes, "What's that?" And this isn't really a mishap, it's just more of an encounter, which is fine. And he will grab up his dagger. Yurda jumps to her feet and brandishes jumps to her feet, gets ready to cast a spell, and Lark holds his knife sort of with the blade down, looking around. I think Billy the donkey is like sort of like, I don't what sounds. Oh yeah. Billy. Yeehaw. What, right? Is that the sound? Yeah, that's the sound. So is aware of these things, and Lark shouts out up into the mountains, "Who goes there? We're armed. We're not here to hurt anyone. We're just going through." I think the goblins will peek their heads out. You see that one has its bow drawn. It is daytime, and I think so. Like, they don't have armor on; they just have like cloth that veils them completely, except for their eyes. They look like little ninjas. Yurda whispers, "Goblins." One of them goes, yammers to its fellows. Right, okay. Do I have a skill that would help me with this? Or an ability, perhaps? Let's see. Adaptive? No, not really. At a crossroads, some kind you can activate this ability to learn the direction of the greatest treasure. Yeah. Alright, do the goblins approach, I think is the question here. So let's roll a d6 to see if they approach. 2. No. They slink back into the shadows. They are not into the shadows, but like keep on skirting along the way, and I think Lark and Yurda just watch them go. I don't think we'd do anything. So that's the whole thing. I think at that point, Lark and Yurda would be like, we should probably get out of here. They might have gone to go get, like the goblins might have gone to go get like backup. So let's get out of here as quickly as possible. So they pack up and continue on. So it doesn't take much longer, maybe like another 3 hours to get to Herd Home. It's a 6-hour journey, so not super far. And we arrive in herd home. Do I have a herd home map? Let's see. Maybe I haven't made home dance. Got that. But here, I don't think I have the herd home map yet. One second, let me check. Yeah, so I have not made the herd home map yet, so I don't have a map for this specifically, which is fine. Coffee break. Okay, but we do make it to herd home without any other mishaps. So let's see. We're going to come to herd home. This is Lark's hometown. I think his mother and father live here. They are merchants. I think his father is a well-respected merchant who often travels to Crowstall's Tower, while his mother is a musician in town who plays at maybe. Ooh, let's see here. I have a description of her home. Who plays at the town commons. Yeah. Amake Fieldhold is the leader. He's a dwarf. He's a skilled hunter. As they come out of the mountains into the plains, they see before herd home, they see the shepherds with their flocks. There's a lot of sheep herders here. There's also a large proportion of dwarves who mine and craft a metal called muck metal that is harvested from the Fistmuck Mountains, and that's how the Fistmuck gets their name. It's like a mud that is then fired and turned into a metal that is extremely rare, and the dwarves are the best at crafting this stuff. That's sort of the industry. Let's see here, lodging, merchant's armor, yep. Yeah. There's healing a lot. There's watchtowers along, positioned in strategic spots around herd home, so that monsters don't attack. There's a 24-hour watch. Amake, the dwarf leader, sort of organizes this and keeps everyone safe. As they come into town, there's an emissary that runs out from herd home, sort of waving just to check. It's say a dwarf with red hair and no beard. Their hair is tied back in a bun. They wear a shirt, a button down, partial button down shirt, short sleeve, and brown trousers. And they just say, you have archers trained on you. What is your purpose? And Lark recognizes this man. He goes, "I am Lark. I'm come home to visit my parents and to resupply." And this man looks him up and down and nods. He goes, "Yes, I recognize you from here. Enjoy. Welcome home." And Lark introduces Yerda to this dwarf, who leads them back past the towers they look up there, and there's many dwarves and other kin who have bows and arrows that are just sort of they set out to constantly guard against any dangers that might approach. So let's see, what exactly do we need to resupply here? Well, first, I think Lark would check in with his parents and see how they're doing. I think his father. This is like later in the day at this point. His father would probably be home. I think Lark would offer Yerda to stay with them. So Yerda and he go to his parents' house. It's pretty modest, but like they're like not like poorly off, are they? So like as a merchant, they lead Billy the donkey back or the mule back, and tie him up. I imagine that Lark's father is sort of like a sort of classic caravaner. They have a wagon and some other mules there who pull it when he goes to Krostal's Tower, which is like the main trading hub. Or I suppose he would also sometimes go over to Southtown as well, because it's sort of equidistant. But going to Gold Docks is very rare, I think. That's not something that is done very often. That's a very long ways, and it's quite dangerous. Well, it's just farther. So yeah, they have things. Let's see, what are their names? I think we need some names here for his parents. Let's go down to notes. Session 2-ish. Let's go. Lark's family. Mother is Lark. Gale. I'm gonna go like that. Gale. Father. Marlowe. I wonder, does he have any siblings? Let's roll a dice to decide this. Number D6. 5. Several. Oh, very nice. Okay. Ooh, yeah. Okay. I feel like Lark is like the youngest. he's trying to set himself apart, and he's got Wellington. Oh my gosh, my cat just sort of freaked out for something. Oh. Careful, buddy. Just was laying there and just started like kicking. Okay, and kicked my journal off the desk. That's weird. Anyways, okay, so several. I think maybe like 2 brothers. Yeah, 2 brothers. Namtha and Pale, and then 2 older sisters. Let's see, Gale. Betha, and let's see, Mon. Cool. I feel like Lark comes back and they all sort of rejoice and sort of, ooh. And I think he hasn't really told them where he went. Like he's trying to set himself apart and stuff. And that's weird that keeps on getting moved. Right? Trying to sort of prove to them that he can make something of himself as the youngest, right? And so they all think he just went to maybe like Krostal's tower or something like that, and then back along the road, which is like safer than going into the Fistmuck Mountains. And so they all greet him, sort of like razzing him, you know, like older siblings would do to their younger brother, like baby brother. I think like he's probably like maybe like 3 years younger than even the youngest of his siblings. So he's like by far the youngest. They all give him like, they're all like, how was Krostal's tower? Like, how was the road? Blah blah blah. And I think Yurda would sort of be looking at him like, like, you didn't tell your family the truth about where you were going. And he introduced, oh yeah, he would have cleared this, maybe. He like is looking at Yurda like, don't sell me out type of thing. He introduces Yurda and is like, oh yeah, we met on the road on the way home, and it was good. I think he's like, I made some good contacts at the up north, and I think I need to go back there to sort of follow up and things like that. So I can't stay long, just maybe a couple days. It was a really good trip. They all are very impressed with him. They're like sort of surprised that he has armor and a helm now, but don't question too much. I think his mother would actually give him some food. Let's see, and whatnot. So we're just gonna sort of fast forward here before heading back to Deepfall Breach. But I do want, I need to look at the gear here, because I want to buy some gear. I want a crossbow. Let's see. Wait, wouldn't this be... Oh, this is melee weapons. So here's the ranged weapons. Crossbow light. Two-handed. Oh, dude, it's so expensive. Oh, dang. Oh, hand crossbow. Oh, also... damage bonus. Interesting. Dang, I don't think I'm going to be able to afford that at all. That's frustrating. Okay. Alright, yeah, I can't afford the crossbow or anything like that. I think everything's big. Well, let's see if they'd even have one, because it does say in my herd home notes. Let's see. Yeah, herd home. Here we go. Common merchant's armor. Oh, maybe my dad has one, but I think this would be like a really... If my dad has one, I think this would be here. D6. Yes, no. Does my dad have a crossbow that I could grab? Like, I think I'd have to steal it, frankly, because I don't want him to know what's going on. No, he doesn't have one anyway, so it doesn't matter. Alright, darn it, okay. Does anyone in town have one? No. Okay, so there's no crossbows in town. Not for sale. Most of the people just use bows. I don't think I have very good skill in bows. Dang it, I should have taken the bows. Let's go skills. Bow is really bad. Crossbow is really good. Knives are good. Well, let's see. Maybe I could at least grab another knife. So let's see here. Come on, Wellington. Dagger, paring knife. 2 gold. I don't even think I have any gold. I have a knife. Huh. Why is this one so much more expensive? Subtle slashing. Oh, because I can parry with it. Interesting. Common, uncommon, silver. Get another knife so I could at least throw something at stuff. For 5 silver, oof, gosh, that's rough. I don't have much. I don't have anything to sell. Therefore, I think I just sort of resupply and rest. I think by the end of the trip or the end of the my stay, let's see, my mom, when I head out, Lark's mom will give him D6 rations, so 2. I don't spend, so I get 2 more rations. Whoops, I'm up to 3 rations, which is nice. Yeah, but really, it's not the most fruitful. It's not the most fruitful. What's the word? Trip home. I mean, it's comfortable. Let's say. Oh, let's say since I sort of charge, I get a. Yeah. I tell my family that I have to go back to Crostal's Tower for reasons. I make up a reason like, oh, Yurda came down here for business, and Yurda is staying with us. Yurda goes and sort of checks out the town. Where is Yurda from? That's a good question. I'm not sure where Yurda's from. So let's go here. So let's go scale. Small distance, moderate distance, large distance, immense distance. This is not really what this table is for, but we're going to use it for that. So 2, moderate. So maybe she's from Southtown. Yeah. Sorry, I have sinuses situation going on. So she's from Southtown, which makes sense. Yeah. She has never been to her home. Most people don't leave their homes ever in Agraroth. It's because it's very dangerous. It's a place, it's a world in which humanity and civilization has, when I say humanity, I mean all the kin from Dragonborn, or Dragonbane, excuse me, have been stretched so thin by monsters that there's 2,000 people in the whole world. There's only 4 settlements. There's Herdhome, Crostal's Tower, Southtown, and Gold Docks. Those are the 4 bastions of safety. Everywhere else, I mean, Norse Gate is sort of safe, but it's not really a settlement. It's more of a fort that is watching this upper area, which is called the Forbidden North. And there's basically a trundled train that goes on like chains across the strait that like you get into like a rail, not a rail car, but like a trolley gondola, the open air gondola that like has like this thing that takes you across. But no one is really allowed to go to the Forbidden North for specific reasons that I know, but Lark doesn't. He's never even gone to Northgate, not at all. So, yeah. So after a couple days, I think we Lark and Yurda are going to head back to Deep Fall Breach. As they head out, Yurda is like, "Why did you lie to your family?" It's really sort of gives me second thoughts about you. Like, you know that if you die, they're just gonna wonder where you went, and like never know where you went. Ooh, playing to my weakness. Yeah, foolhardy. Oh, actually, does Yurda even come back with me? I don't know. Or does she need to go somewhere else? Let's go. Let's see. 3. No, she doesn't come back. Okay, so she's gonna stay in Herd Home. I think she strikes up a partnership with, let's see here. Oh yeah, the apothecary, Bergdorfa. She's a halfling, and she makes potions and poultices and things like that. And yeah, is willing and able to oh, right. I forgot. One of the most important things of Agaroth is that it's perpetually night. There's no such thing as daylight in Agaroth. There's a curse over the whole world that makes it night all the time, no matter what. So you have to use torches constantly to light your way. Shoot, we're not going to retcon anything. But yeah, I think Bergdorfa and let's see. I need to buy more torches. We're not going to retcon stuff, but I do need to buy more torches. So let's go to here. There's like common gear, range clothes, musical instruments, trade goods. Here we go. Probably torches would be down at the bottom. Oh shush. Light sources. Here we go. Flint and tinder, which I have. Oil lamp, 3 silver, holds 10 doses. Each dose keeps an oil lamp or lantern burning for up to 1 shift of time. That's what I need. Okay, so I'm gonna get an oil lamp. So before I leave, I stop by. Oh, my dad. He's like, hey, you need an oil lamp, and he's like, but nothing in life is free. I think, does he charge me full price for it? No, he doesn't. So he gives me maybe 1 silver off, let's say. So in terms of my money, it's up here. Is it? Wait, what the heck? Why don't they put... okay. Oh, maybe I sort of hit it. Money. There we go. Yeah, okay, so he charges me 2, and I get an oil lamp. Oil lamp, 10 doses, 1 dose equals 1 shift. I think that's great. That's super good. Okay. Okay. Yurda stays behind. So let's make some notes here real quick. Yurda stays behind to work with the apothecary Dorfa, the halfling, and I set out alone. Lark sets out alone toward what? Default breach again. But I'm going to say on my way out of town, I have to take the road for a little while to the deception from going for my family. So it's going to take 2 shifts to get there. I leave in the very early morning and begin my trek north. Oh yeah, I need to go to journey rolls again. Let's go preface real quick. Journey, Pathfinder, right? Okay, so I need to go to skills and path. Bushcraft, right? So let's see if I can make it this time. I gotta do 2. Oh god, I fail on my first one. What do I see as I am going? Let's see if I can just do it here. Inspiration. I don't really like that, so I think wilderness and place is the best way to do this. So here we go. Wilderness and place. Wilderness first. 15. Open. And 3. Open dungeon. So I head north before head up this way, and then I take the west into the hills. I see it's not just a ruin this time. Oh, maybe it's like a cave or something. I see like this yawning cave in front of me as I'm going up into the hills. Yeah, okay, so those are like sort of like the features. Yeah, the features of my journey. And then I need to roll a mishap. So there's a cave. Oh, and I need to roll. So I go up into the home downs, which means encounter. I need to roll D100. 41. Okay. Okay, I don't encounter anything this time. But I do suffer a mishap, so D20. Let's see, what do we get? 10? Alright, let's see. Oh no, it wasn't D20, but whatever. Landslide. The player characters are walking in rough terrain. When the ground suddenly gives way under their feet, everyone must make an evade roll. Anyone who fails suffers D10 damage. Alright, evade. I think my evade's actually pretty good, though. Yeah, it is. Okay, so let's do this evade roll. Come on. I failed every single roll I've made this session. They take D10 damage. Okay, I'll just take it. I'm not going to push it this time. Alright, D10. Oh. D10. What damage? Suffers D10 damage. So, would this be bludgeoning? Let's check. Take a look at my armor real quick. Yeah, I think this would be blunt. So I think I get to decrease that by 5 actually, because of my helm. Okay. Hey. Alright, sorry about that. My dog started barking and I had to let her out. And she ran around and now she's eating breakfast. Alright, so I suffer, I negate 5 damage because we're going to say bludgeoning, which makes sense. I subtract 4 from my leather armor and 1 from my helm. So I take 4 damage, which isn't nearly as bad as I thought. 2, 3, 4. There we go. But it's not great, that's for sure. As I'm going up, there is a landslide. I think it I hit by some boulders as I dive to the side. Bill is like Billy. But I think he gets out of the way. I'm not going to hurt the animal. That'd be super sad. And I continue on. Alright, I need to make another bushcraft roll and see if I succeed this time to avoid another mishap. Oh my gosh! I just roll high every time. Alright, what do I see as I go into the mountains a little bit more? 2d20 wilderness place again. 1. Ooh, fortress in 17 with a crypt. I think I'm just thinking about like what types of features are around, and as I'm going, there's like this big cliffside, and up at the top there's like a fortress that's like crumbling down. It's just completely, there's like a sheer cliff and it's crumbled in on itself, and there could be a crypt in there, I suppose. But that's what I see as I continue on into the mountains. And D12. D12 mishap. 1. Fog. Player characters are caught unaware by a thick fog. The distance covered. The shift is reduced by half. Oh, great. So I think this means I do need to subtract this because it takes me 2 shifts here. So I'm going to say I'm down to 8 doses on here. Which is okay. I've still got plenty for now. And then I think this is going to mean I'm going to have to make camp. Yeah, because I get sort of like stuck in the fog, and I realize that I'm not going to be able to make it unless I set camp. So I set up camp. I need to roll bushcraft again. Gosh, I'm going to survive one of these at some point, or succeed one of these at some point. So bushcraft is here. Alright, bushcraft. I don't have a tent. It may be wise for players' characters to sleep during different shifts. Okay, I don't get that luxury since I'm adventuring alone. I'm gonna say that this I get a bane. Oh, it gets a bane on the. Oh, I get I do. Okay, I do get. Okay. Tent, keeping watch, dangerous in certain locations such as dungeons. Oh, I just realized my music stopped probably a while ago. Oh yeah, I didn't have it on repeat. Darn. There we go. That's better. This is so frustrating. Okay, but that's fine, I guess. Let's see. Dangerous in certain locations, such as dangerous enemies. Player characters cannot make camp or take a shift rest. They must first leave the area to find a safer spot. That'd be like in a dungeon. Yeah. Okay, so I think since I'm alone, I'm not gonna have like random encounters while I'm sleeping because that would just make the game so hard. So, but I do need to make this rest roll or make a camp roll. So let's try to find a place to sleep. So I don't get an actual sleep out of it. Great. One shift per day to avoid sleep deprivation. Okay, let's see what happens. Oh, I can try again because I'm going for bluffing bushcraft. I can go again because I'm trying to sleep one shift out of in the night out of 4. So at first I'm having a really hard time. I think since I'm awake, I will roll a random encounter check real quick. So I am in Southern Fistmucks. It's a 5. Okay, so then I don't have a random encounter as I'm trying to go to sleep. But I will continue to try to sleep. So let's see if I can finally succeed a roll. No, I can't. So I just don't sleep at all. So sleep deprivation. You need to sleep at least one shift uninterrupted sleep every day. You cannot sleep in armor. After 3 shifts without sleep, you can no longer heal willpower or conditions. You heal HP as usual. You also lose D6. Each shift you remain awake. If you reach 0 willpower while suffering from sleep deprivation, you collapse and sleep for the last 1 shift. Deprivation, you collapse and sleep for 1 shift. You cannot be woken once you have slept. Okay, so that's it. Oh, it's pretty chill. I mean, it's pretty like simple, at least. Let's see. You heal HP as usual. I need to look that up real quick. I think I just need to go here. So healing, how does that work again? Medicine, services, trade, goes rolls, combat, healing and resting, stretch rest, short rest, shift rest. A shift rest lasts 1 full shift time. It can only take place in safe location where there are no enemies nearby. During shift rest, you recover all your lost HP. Okay. For 1 stretch of time during stretch rest, you heal D6 HP or 2d6 HP if someone is tending. Okay, no one's tending to me, so I roll D6 and heal that amount. 4, so I get back up to full HP at least. But I am sleep deprived. Great. Deprived. I imagine that I just constantly am waking up. Worried that I am about to be. Oh, here we go. Severe injury. Oh, okay. I don't have any of that, but and so I just have like a horrible sleep that night. All right, next day. Eventually, that's 2 more shifts on my money inventory. Two more shifts gone. I don't burn my lantern during this time, so I'm not going to decrease that. But the next day I wake up. Next day, it's always night in this world, so there's no day. But I am going to make my bushcraft roll to try to finally frickin' make it to this place. It's taken me so much longer than I thought it was going to. That's 3 13s I've rolled in a row to try to make. Okay. Let's see what I see as I go for the rest of my journey. 2d20. So wilderness 12, austere, and 5, noble. Austere, no. Ooh, I think a statue of this like faceless nobleman in the mountains. Who knows who built it? I don't know, but eventually. Oh, I have to do this mishap as well. Journeys, here we go. A mishap, d12 again. Failed every roll I've done. 12, quicksand. Oh, the ground collapses. Each player character must make a bushcraft roll. Anyone who fails suffers a condition must roll again. A character, oh, hi Wellington. A character who already has the condition, has all conditions, and fails the roll is swallowed by the quicksand, disappears for good. Whoever is free can help those who are stuck. Okay, well, I need to make another bushcraft roll to try and evade this quicksand. I feel like maybe it's not a quicksand, maybe I'm going like through the mountains, and it's more of like I'm going across this ridge very close to Deepfall Breach, and like the land crumbles, and I have to like try to get across this like crumbling place that's like falling into a like stony like ravine or something to avoid. Okay, is there something wrong with this? How can I have rolled? I failed it again. This is the same. I've rolled 4 13s in a row. What's going on here? I'm just going to do one. Okay, that's a 20. That's an 18. Every single roll has been over 12. That's another 18. Is there something wrong with the dice roller? That's a 13. Oh my gosh. What are the likelihoods that I roll over 12 every single roll? This is like every roll is over 12. That one equaled 12, but I still haven't rolled under 12. Oh my gosh. I think there's something wrong with this dice roller. Because I cannot... This doesn't make any sense. Okay, I rolled a 2. I guess... And a 10. Okay, well... Okay, I know that a d20, every single individual roll, is the same probability. But what is the probability of rolling like 12 or 13 rolls and they all are over 12? I have a better than 50% chance to succeed at bushcraft, and if I had made those rolls and they counted, I would have failed like the next 15 or 10 rolls. What's the chances of that? It's crazy. What is going on with this? Well, now it's just rolling under. So is it? Okay, well, I don't know. Let's change the color of my dice. Maybe that will help. It's sort of like changing dice out. Gray, white. Ooh, I like the yellow. That looks cool. Okay, well, regardless, I have to take a condition. I think this this part begins to fall. Oh. Oh, it falls behind us, like this ridge, not ridge, like a cliffside, like path. Billy behind me, I like pull him forward. I'm like, go, go! And Lark is like running. The ridge behind him falls off. He like dives and like grabs hold of like the rope holding onto Billy. Billy like pulls him up, but he definitely has like ruined some of his things. Oh yeah, I got new clothes when I went home, and he is, what is it, dirtied, I think. Oh, disheartened is charisma these days. Scared, angry, dazed, sickly, exhausted. I think, yeah, yeah, I think disheartened's right. I'm tired. I haven't like been able to really do anything. It's just terrible. Okay, well, that's that. But I do, at this point, regardless of all these mishaps, I do make it to Deepfall Breach. Back to Deepfall Breach. I do decrease my lantern again by 7. I mean by 1 to 7. And we're back to Deepfall Breach. I ride in, or not ride, but I'll come in very well begun and tired. And I think, what is it? I think Stonegaze is like, you look a right bit better than last time I saw you, but you also look very tired. Yeah, I didn't sleep at all last night. I took a long way around, and you know, the world's a dangerous place. Yes, indeed. And I came back to find your banner and get my harmonica back. I can't lose that. It was my mother's. She gave it to me when I was very young, and so that's why I'm here. You know, can, if I could rest, that would be good. I can't go down there right now as I am. I tie Billy up, and I ask to see if he has any more oil for the oil lamps. Let's go. Nope, wrong one. Let's go here. That's it. Weapons, clothes, musical instruments, trade goods. Burnables, light sources, oil lamp. Burns up for a bunch of. Oh, interesting. There's different types of oil lamps. This one's really nice. Oh, this is the kind I have. How much is oil? Containers, medicine, services, hunting, means of travel, animals. Maybe it'd just be like a silver to refill it, or maybe not even. I think it's like maybe a copper to refill it. Yeah, and we'll say that Stonegaze will give us that. So where's my money? Where's my money? There we go. We'll go down like that, and then we'll have 9 of this. copper. So I give him 1 copper. And I get to refill my oil lamp up to 10. I rest, which means I clear my... This is pretty low stakes just because I was going from one place to another pretty quickly. I guess it could have gotten bad if I had... yeah, if I had like encountered monsters or anything, but I didn't, which is good. So I take a shift rest, and sleep in a small cot. It's not the most comfortable, but it and I am no longer sleep deprived either, which is great. And then I will be ready to begin another adventure down into the deep fall breach. So session recap: went home, dropped off Yurda with Apothecary in third home, saw family, lied about where I had been and where I was going. Frankie. And then went back to Deep Fall. Overall uneventful. Saw some cool things, but that doesn't really matter. What else? Going in search of the banner. Next quest. Search of Stone Gaze's banner in the breach. What else? I didn't really get anything else. It was sort of pointless to go home because I couldn't afford anything and my dad didn't have any. I mean, it makes sense narratively, but that's okay. At least I got rid of Yurda, so I don't have to like roleplay 2 characters. So that's it. That's where we're gonna end, and that's almost an hour and a half. I timed that out perfectly. Once again, my name is Nors as a DM. You can join my Isle of Ix game on Start Playing. It's $15 per session per player. I have 4 players right now. Would love a fifth. We play on Mondays Pacific time at 6 o'clock. I think we're pretty far into the game, so probably another 4 sessions, maybe 5, and the campaign will be over. And then I will be starting up a weekly campaign of Dragonbane in the world of Agaroth in Perpetual Night. So if you're interested and enjoy my videos here and want to play in the world of Agaroth, we can visit Deep Fall Breach. We can also, there's also a bigger plot that I'm really excited about why the darkness is so prevalent and never lifts. There's a lot of work I've done. I'm going to be using a bunch of maps like this. Once I know that Alchemy RPG, a new tabletop, virtual tabletop, is coming out with some really cool stuff for Dragonbane, which I have backed on Kickstarter. So I'm very excited to move any game that we start here over to that. I think it's just a little more elegant system for playing, but this works really good for now. So yeah, if you are excited about Dragonbane, keep an eye out and watch this space for when I start that game up. I really like the system of Dragonbane. It works really well. I really like the solo rules. This is the third session I've had with Lark and his character, and it's really hard, but it's fun. And it works really quite well. Yeah, so if you like my maps, if you like my world that I'm sort of creating as I go, yeah, check it out. In my description, in the description of this video, you'll see a link to this VTT. It's called playroll.com. I really like it. I use it for my Isle of X campaign. It's fantastic for that. It has a lot of different cool indie games. I highly recommend this VTT for Isle of X, for the other modules it has, for like Grimdark and things, which is a great Morkborg sort of port. What else? You can also find the link to my Ko-fi page where I write about being a paid GM, which is a contentious issue, I know, but it's also, yeah, it's quite difficult. And then I also post these videos. I post my maps and my maps in progress that I'm working on, things like that. Lastly, in the description of this video, you can find a link to Dragonbane core set, the core rulebook, and as a PDF. The physicals aren't out yet. It's a brand new game from Free League Publishing, but highly recommend it if you're interested. If you buy the PDF on DriveThruRPG, you get the core book, the adventure book, the solo rules, all types of stuff. So it's really good. A good value. I think it's $25. So that's pretty great. I hope you've enjoyed this and adventure on. I'll try to post another video going back into Deepfall Breach sometime soon. Bye.